The listening section has 3 parts. Part 1. For short conversations, each followed by 1 question. Part 2. 1 longer conversation, followed by 4 questions. Part 3. 1 lecture, followed by 6 questions. You will hear each conversation or lecture only 1 time. You must answer each question before continuing. To continue to the next question, click the Next button. In this section, you cannot use the back button to return to an earlier question. The number of questions and the amount of time you have to answer the questions will be shown separately for each section in the Question Time Left window on your screen. Time is not counted while you are listening to the conversation or lecture.
Question 1.
John, when did you start dieting?
I haven't gone on a diet. Why? Do I look like I need to?
Oh, no. I just thought you looked thinner. Your pants are really loose. Question.
What is the woman implying?
Question 2.
I hope the typhoon won't be too bad.
Me too. The last one was horrible. It virtually shut down the city for days.
The forecaster said it's going to hit tomorrow afternoon.
Last week's storm will be nothing compared to this typhoon.
Question.
What are the 2 people talking about?
Question 3.
We should have left the house earlier. I wish you wouldn't take so much time to get ready.
Don't blame me. It's as much your fault as mine. You couldn't even find your shoes.
That's because you put them outside. You took forever putting on your makeup. Now look at the time. We're going to be the last ones to arrive.
Question.
Why are the 2 people arguing?
Question 4.
We're going to have to make cuts in the budget this year. We may have to lay off several of our employees.
I don't feel that is necessary. We could all take pay cuts and lower our spending.
That sounds like it might work. But will anyone be willing to have a lower salary?
If they have a choice, I think they would prefer to have their jobs. Question.
What will the employees have to decide between?
Listen to a long conversation between a student and a woman at the accommodation office. After listening, you have to answer for multiple choice questions.
Hello, is this the accommodation office?
Yes, how can I help you?
Well, I've got a bit of a problem. I'm staying at the Godfrey White dorm, and on Monday the warden came and told me that I have to move out this Thursday.
Really? How long have you been staying at the Godfrey White dorm?
For the last 10 weeks.
Oh, have you been doing one of the summer courses here then?
Yes, I've been doing the academic language course since the beginning of July.
And didn't you realize that your accommodation was temporary?
No, I thought I would be able to stay there for the whole year. I didn't read the small print on the document. The warden went through it with me, and now I see my mistake.
Oh dear, so you're looking for somewhere to stay then?
Yes.
Well, I'm afraid all the places in the dorms are full. I mean, there may be some students who don't show up when term starts, but we won't know that for the next couple of weeks. The best thing you can do is look for a private house. You'll have to share with 3 or 4 other students. Meals aren't included in the price, of course, as they are in the university dorms, and you'll have to contribute to the electricity bills.
Where can I find out about these houses?
I've got a list here, but it's not up to date. Rooms are taken up every day, so it's hard to know whether a house has a free place or not. I can give you a photocopy of this list and you can ring round.
Can I use the phone here?
I'm afraid not. If we let everyone who asks do that, there'd be someone here all day.
Do you have a map? It'd be useful to know where these places are.
Yes, I can give you a map. This one's got the bus routes on it, too, so you can find out how easy it is to get from the house to the university.
Great. And what if I can't find a place before Thursday?
Well, the YMCA offers cheap beds. It's located halfway between here and the city center. You can get a bed in a shared room there, and you can also buy cheap meals. But you should phone up and book a bed in advance. It's very busy this time of year. I'll give you the number. Do you need a pen?
No, don't worry. I've got one.
So, the number's 482-5903.
482-5903.
That's right. Anything else I can help you with?
No, that's everything, thanks. Bye.
Question 1. When is this conversation taking place? Question 2. Whose mistake was it that led to the problem? Question 3. Where is the YMCA on the map? Question 4. Which of the following 2 things does the accommodation officer provide for the student? Listen to a lecture by a professor in an information technology class. After listening, you have to answer 6 multiple-choice questions.
Hello, class. So today we're going to be looking at facial recognition and to the different sorts of technology that go into facial recognition. Now, before we start, can any of you tell me where we can see facial recognition in action? Yes, you at the back?
In the TV show Las Vegas?
Well, you're right. In this popular TV show, the security team pull images of the individuals from their surveillance system and run the image through a database to identify the person. In that way, all the card counters and blacklisted gamblers can be escorted from the poker tables. It looks easy on TV, but in the real world, facial recognition is a tricky business. So let's start with the more traditional methods of facial recognition. Every face has peaks and valleys, and these can be translated into what is termed as nodal points. Each face has about 80 of these, and they include distance between the eyes, the length of the jaw, the width of the nose, things like that. These measurements can be used to create a numerical code, and this is called a face print. This system is good because it can compare two-dimensional images such as photographs. The problem is that images have to be controlled. The person has to be staring straight at the camera. There must be no variance in facial expression or lighting because any variance in these parameters reduces the effectiveness of the system. So they had to come up with another way. So the new way of recognizing faces is by using a 3D model. It has better accuracy allegedly. 3D imagery detects distinctive features in the face such as the curves of the eyes, nose, and chin, features which do not change over time. These are measured at the sub-millimeter level. Interestingly, a 3D image can be taken not only from a live scan but also from a 2D photograph. And another good thing about the 3D system is that it can recognize a person from a range of angles. The person doesn't have to be directly facing the camera as in 2D technology. Once again, the system gives each individual a unique code, a set of numbers that represents the face. It's easy to match a 3D image to another 3D image if you already have a 3D image in your database. It's less easy to match 3D images to 2D images. But what they can do is pull certain measurements from the 3D image, such as the eye and so forth, and use this to convert the 3D image into a 2D image, and this image can be more easily compared to the 2D images in the database. But it's not just the measurements which can be used to recognize faces. There's also a new development called skin biometrics. This uses the uniqueness of skin texture to get its results. The process takes a picture of a patch of skin, and the system will then identify any pores, lines, moles, blemishes, and other features of skin texture. This method can be used to identify identical twins, something that cannot be done with the 3D technology. Its other advantages over 3D imagery are that it's insensitive to changes in expression, blinking, smiling, and so forth, and can compensate for changes in facial features, such as the growth of a beard or wearing glasses. It's not perfect, though, as it is sensitive to lighting conditions and poor camera resolution, and if there is glare from the sun. So, now we've covered the main types of facial recognition, we'll move on to its uses. Now, has anybody here?
Question 1. Where does the TV show Las Vegas take place? Question 2. What is a face print? Question 3. Identify 2 problems with 2D facial recognition from the list below. Question 4. What is the problem with the 3D technology? Question 5. Which two elements below can be measured by skin biometric technology? Question 6. Which of these faces will the skin biometric system have difficulty to identify?